I'm in the glorious snow-covered hills of South Yorkshire. Come and join me on this week's landscape adventures. As you watch this, you'll know where I'm going. As of right now, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, that's not strictly true. You see, a couple of years ago I did some photography at the City of Manchester Stadium, and at the time Google Maps took me up the M1 and across the A616 towards Stockport and Manchester. Every time I drove there, I drove through some absolutely stunning views, some valleys, some bodies of water, some peaks of hills. And I thought, today it's freezing, hence the dressing gown, and we've had snow over the last few days, so if I was to head back there today, I might get some snow-capped hills and what have you. Now, I don't know what the area is actually called, and I don't know specifically which areas I'm looking for, so I'm going to go and check it out and see how it goes. Right, I'm here for my first stop. You can hear it's on the side of a busy main road. It's the A616, which is the road that I was targeting when I came up here. Now, there's quite a long way to go to the actual point where the more interesting sites are, but as you can see, there's this glorious snow. We're in the hills here, and I thought I'd stop and take some photos on the side of the road. Well, that was an interesting start to the day. I went out and I had a quick look, and I only planned to take a couple of pot shots. However, they were even more pot shot than I imagined. I've got an extreme sensitivity to pretty much everything, but particularly light and bright light. I got out there and I left my shades in the car, and the second I stepped over there, it's so bright with all the snow and with the sun beaming down in the sky, and there's a light smattering of cloud which is diffusing the light perfectly, and as a result, to my eyes, it's just an extreme amount of white, and I could not see. I literally could not see. So I took a few pot shots of things that I could manage, and then I just had to turn around and come back because my eyes would not focus. So that was an interesting start. I'll obviously take my shades out next. I don't think there was anything there that was particularly interesting anyway, but we'll carry on going and see what we can find further down the line. Right, so I've been for a drive down some of the side streets off the 616, and I've ultimately ended up coming back onto the 616 and pulling up in a lay-by because I was trying to find a great location. Unfortunately, the villages are all small villages with very narrow, winding roads, and obviously there's nowhere to park because the roads are still snowed, and the only spaces that are there are where people have clearly got out with a snow shovel and cleared the snow from where they want to park. So I don't want to take those people's places. That's just rude. So I've pulled up in this lay-by, and I'm going to have a quick wander around here, and then I might head up more towards the hills. But it's a shame because there's lots of water and reservoir and a little bit of river and stuff around here that I'd really like to cover, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to find anywhere that's sensible for me to stop long term, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get as close to these subjects as I want to from here. Let's see. The wellies are out, and it's really hard work walking in them, even just on the side of the road, because the snow is so thick. I think I've done all I can here, because it would take me forever to walk further down this way in that thick snow, but there's no guarantee I'll find what I want. So I think I'm going to go to a place where I know I'm going to find what I want, and I know that there are parking spaces. So I'll see you there. Well, this is hands down the most frustrating episode that I've filmed yet. I think for the next series I might have to invest in a dash cam, because I really wish you could have seen the drive I've just been on. I got distracted by various wonderful scenery on the way, and I've ended up in Kirklees instead of going the route that I wanted to. I mean, you can just see behind me, it's just absolutely stunning out here. There's hills and peaks and buildings and trees and, you know, you name it, it's amazing. But unfortunately, I've not been able to find anywhere safe to pull over. I mean, even where I've pulled over now, I've pulled over in a side street, which I think is going to be okay because there's not much traffic around. But unfortunately, whenever I have seen one of the places where there is public parking available, everyone else has had the same idea. So there's nowhere for me to stop. There's never any spaces. So I'm seeing like 5 photos every minute that I drive that I'd really like to get, and I've not been able to get them. So while I'm here, I'm just going to take a couple that I've just spotted while I'm here, and then I'm going to get back to my original plan of going to the location I wanted to, although I now worry that those parking spaces that I know of are all going to be filled, because why wouldn't they be on a day like this? I'm still on my way to my location, but I've just found a spot, a car park near Harden Reservoir, where I might be able to get some good shots while I'm here. So I'm going to do some photography here. Why the hell not? This is just stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Look at it. Amazing. I have never been so sure or so content in the knowledge that today is the day I'm definitely going over on my arse. The snow is deep, knee length deep. I might have to be sensible about this. The snow had thawed, and it allowed me to climb up to get a good vantage point to take a picture or two of the reservoir. I also swapped my lenses out and did some with the telephoto lens as well, because there's a couple of close-ups of trees and things that I wanted to get. I mean, this is just the most invigorating experience. Hey, I've never been out in the snow before, like this anyway, certainly not with a camera, and it's just stunning. I mean, these hills, I can't put into words how good it is. I mean, this reminds me, you know, it's a perfect example of enjoy the journey, not the destination, because I may not have many brilliant photos out of this, but I'm having so much fun. I just don't care. It's so much fun. Back at the car, time to move on. Couple of hair-raising moments. I drove by the reservoir, and as I drove by it, there's another reservoir around the back of it, and I thought I'd drive down the entrance. Now the entrance, the road was fairly clear, and I got down there and the car park was all snowed over, so I thought, okay, this isn't going to work. I'll drive to the end, turn around and go back out again. Got to the end, could not turn the car around. I got stuck in some snow. I got stuck on a block of snow and I couldn't go forwards or backwards. Luckily there was a family there who I managed to rake in to help me, and they helped me push the car out, and I've obviously managed to get out and on the way. Also, on the way down the road from there, the road suddenly got very narrow, because although most of the road had been cleared, we reached a point where the road was suddenly not cleared on one side, cleared of the snow that is, and so I had a car coming speeding towards me and I had to brake pretty harshly. We managed to negotiate a way out of that. She moved backwards and went over to the side for me. I managed to get through, but that was a hairy moment. Yeah, it's a hell of a day. And finally, I completely forgot that I've not got a huge amount of petrol as well. So I'm still on my way to this other location. Google Maps is telling me it's 8 minutes away, so I should be there fairly quickly, and then it's going to have to be a case of finding some petrol ASAP. I'm finally at my destination, or at least one of the stops I want to make on this road, which is my destination. You can see I'm by a main road, but there is some water to the side of these trees, and these trees themselves are absolutely gorgeous. And look, it's snowing now as well. Isn't this great? So I don't know how this is going to go at all, but I'm going to go out on my feet. I don't know how far I can go on my feet around here. I don't know how safe it is, but there are 2 other places I want to go back to and park up at as well, so I'll try those as well in a bit. But this is my starting point, so let's see how it goes. I think I might be done. I got the shots that I wanted as best I could. It was snowing, it was really awful conditions, and I had to obviously play dodge the traffic as well. But I got some shots I'm really happy with. After I took the photos, I decided to take an alternative route, and I actually ended up going through Glossop, where I got some petrol because I was running on empty, so I had to make that a priority. But along the way, I drove through some absolutely stunning countryside. The side of a hill, the reservoirs down beneath. It was just stunningly fantastic. I drove back that way to see if I could stop anywhere, but again, same old issue, unfortunately. Nowhere to stop, nowhere safe to stop anyway, and a lot of the lay-bys were snowed under. So I've stopped briefly at Woodhead Reservoir, which is where I turned off. I've taken a couple of shots here, which I quite like. I'm going to drive back this way, but I think I'm pretty much done now. I don't really see anything else that I can do round here, unfortunately. I'd love to come back on another day when it's not snowy and cover this area again on foot, and that way I might have a better idea of ways of accessing the shots that I want should this amazing weather come again. Unfortunately, you know, it's just really difficult underfoot, and you know, when you're walking in 2-3 feet of snow, it's impractical anyway to be walking those sort of distances. But I think that's going to bring us to the end. And that brings us to the end of this series. So thank you for coming with me as always. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments and all your likes. Please do that again on this video. That'd be really helpful. And yeah, let's see what happens when I come back for series 4.